Welcome, 29th of June, and we almost done with the month. Interesting stuff's gonna happen, I guess. I have a feeling we're gonna do some nice and big things soon. Sooner or later, definitely. We are kind of preparing for that. So let's see what the charts and the numbers are giving us so far. Anyhow, we had some nice spikes today. Eventually, it was a weekend pressure that was built up for a week already. So far for the long short ratio on the ratio setup, we are 51 against 48-ish. So as well, kind of middling constantly, like we don't do big things on that one. But on the accounts, we are getting to quite big numbers on the short side. So 63 against 36, quite a flip. And they're heavier on the shorts and on the longs, but still we are really into the resistance yet, so there is a lot of things to do to the downside before even we're gonna reach higher up. Quickly, I'm gonna skim to the heat map only. We got the big things 108.2. We didn't go higher to grab one on 9.2, what I was kind of think we're gonna do. So far, we grind it to the downside back into the lower liquidity. Let's go on the monthly. That's gonna be quite interesting to see. There is still a big ball above us to grab. We kind of is grinding into it. I will cover this price action in a second on the charts because this, I seriously don't like it. I seriously start to more and more hate this price action that happened. It's really dead to me, but there is like more to it. So far, we just tip into the bigger liquidity. We are aiming for 105-ish to a support area. If not, then I'm still aiming for the 102.7-ish to create a lower high. Higher low, sorry, higher low. Right, to do that. So to continue, we need to do some bigger moves eventually, but that's gonna be covered in a second. Now let's go and have a look on the dip on the bits sides. Like I've been mentioned, this price action was horrendous for for like a week already. It was dead as fuck for me. Anyhow, we finally reached the first wall. Two of them been hit quite heavily. One of it got half pulled out on the bits, and the leftovers on the top, we pulled them, and technically we moved them lower. We didn't pull them, we moved them lower, and there is still much more to do. Right, we literally fell on the 108.5-ish and facing to the downside right now. So moving on, I will cover it later on as well on the chart, but so far we still have the wall. So like I've been mentioning as well, like anyway you're gonna see the price action doing this shit. This this is the most shitty price action ever. I will cover that in a second, but I was mentioning that this wall will not be moved, but we're gonna reach it, and it didn't. It's quite steady. They fill the wall quite heavily as well. They're holding it, and they do want the price to go higher. So that means we will see any kind of lower price action for a while. So far, if we're gonna do exact the same over here, so the retrade is gonna be intact. Same over here. So right now we do exact the same with the heavier pressure to the downside from the biggest wall. So right now that's all the bits, and let me switch to the charts and go by some data. So week's gonna be quite interesting opening up on Monday, just because of this volatility as well. Over here, I was saying as well together with Zeus that we are kind of aiming around the 24-ish area. We didn't reach that. It was really weird for me. This what we hold it was quite weird as well on the volume of the market, and right now we just break to the downside and we go kind of lower. So far on Friday, if we're gonna open up, I guess we're gonna find ourselves around 1920-ish area, and then let's see how we're gonna carry on from that. Then to add to that one, the 24-hour volume on BitMax. Yesterday, I realized that as last minute before the market closed, and we literally did 64-ish% to the downside, and we find ourselves on 0.4. This area, that's the last area we've been, was literally last year on June 23. Literally the same week, little bit off of the date, but exact the same area of the volume where we've been that low. So let's see how we're gonna carry on from this side. If we're gonna start picking up and the volume on Bitcoin is gonna rise, because so far we didn't do anything major from already April. So interesting stuff that's cooking on that. Dixie, yeah, we're failing. That's great. I'm not gonna cover that much. If we're failing on that one, we're gonna go lower. Then it's great. Great stuff. Toto 3, we start to pick it up as well from the lows. I really thought we are gonna go a little bit lower, but it didn't happen. That, yeah, we didn't do that. So eventually, that's gonna be interesting to see how that's gonna play out from the next week. And PEGs still as well going lower. So that if we're gonna start to turn around on PEGs right now, or either way in the beginning of the week, we might see some lower price action on the Bitcoin. That's what I'm aiming. We didn't do that. I really thought we are gonna turn around over here. That's as the on-chain kind of predicted, but we didn't. So we still carry on to the downside. If we start to find any floor on pegs, and I'm assuming that's kind of this area that I'm aiming for, one more move to the downside, and then we're gonna start to pick it up and then try to recover or retest the highs on any bearish retest on it. So let's see how that's gonna pick it up from the next week then. Then where is the Wix? Let me just put back the card where it was. So that was the Wix. Our hodlbot. Like I've been mentioning, this squeeze over here was horrendous and it was quite painful to watch. Really, as boring as fuck it was. Like, yeah, you could short and long the same time and you still will be in position. It literally was to trap all from, even from this pricing over here. This I didn't like at all, and after what we did over here, this all was trappy as fuck. I don't think this pricing should be here either way, but it happened and we have it right now. So anyway, we need to deal with it. So eventually what we did over here on the 1 hour, I always say if you see this kind of chamber formation, then the only thing what you're gonna see afterwards is a fucking liquidity grab and doing this, and that's what you get. That's the most easiest one to predict ever if this shit happens. And right now on the hodlbot, you see as well the stop loss start to quite heavily and quicker come closer to the price action. So I'm assuming if you're gonna start reaching to that, close anything below, and we start to see the sell signal, that one is the true one, and we will see any kind of reaction from it to go lower. And for lower, I'm aiming between the weekly open and February. That's the level that I'm aiming for to go higher, to create lower high, higher low from that position, and to step up and go higher, just because we regain that small area from here. So technically we are starting to break the structure to the upside to go and retest and to revisit the resistance. So that's the kind of positivity I'm looking at it. Same that's over here. I was aiming somewhere 101, 102 area. We went a little bit lower. Fine, I guess. But still, it can happen over here as well. We need to be careful if we're going to start close anything below the weekly. That failure can take us to December straight, because everything else has been tested already. But yeah, if we're going to see any sell signal over here, that one's going to be the real one. And we're going to carry on to go lower. On the hodlbot, I'm still kind of figuring the volatility suit, how I can use it. Not sure yet. I still have some work on that one to do and to backtest it. So I will come back to that one if I'm gonna find it quite often and easy to read it. So far, we grabbed the liquidity, just small 150 X's. I really thought we're gonna go higher. That's why I was aiming for this box, but eventually we start to turn around quite heavily. We saw already on the on-chain some changes, and eventually they kind of I'm considering this as liquidity grab, nothing else. So that's why we are starting to turn around. It was a heavy as last Sunday as well. We did it quite a similar thing. Right now we're aiming to go to grab the 150 axis below us and see if we're gonna start to break below the point of control. If that happens, then yes, this area 102, 101 will get hit But so far we are not yet. We didn't break the structure yet to the downside. So we still can continue and go higher eventually if we're gonna start to pick it up. But so far alts are going a little bit higher just because of the Bitcoin start to regain its position, go lower. So that's why we're gonna see the flip. Shitcoins as well and stables are going, yeah, quite low as well. That's what I like to see. On the harmony, we see the trend change over here already. That liquidity grab create the trend change. So see if we're gonna continue to go lower or if we're gonna just go and create more divergence on the whole on chain. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting from tomorrow. Flow index, quite interesting. Nothing been moving quite heavily. Only Bitcoin. I mean, it was Bitcoin driven move, yes, but the rest it's still kind of like finding its way to the lower and middle positioning on the flow index. So interesting to see which one's gonna pick up us first. Like DEX starts to regain its positions and DeFi, but let's see how that's gonna change. I would like to see some more volatility in this area. Then of course Bitcoin hype's gonna follow, and USDC are start to go lower. Dixie fell completely. That's great. And shitties are start to coming up as well. So nice to see. I like that very much. Now, hype. Let's start with hype because this one is the first one I still open up. We are the regain of the lows. Right now we hold a weekly and we seriously regain that structure as well. Same as Bitcoin. So that's great. Like I was mentioning on Bitcoin, same on hype. If we're gonna come around the weekly, we might see the bounce. If not, I'm still aiming for June to do the bigger move to go higher. This area is quite similar to this for me, what we are doing right now. So either way, we can come lower and regain and go for the resistance to the upside, right? I'm either way short and long on that one. That doesn't matter for me, but still, if there is going to be a bigger move, then I'm aiming for around this area over here. Yes, I'm going to watch on the weekly how we're going to hold that. If that's going to hold and we're not going to break anything, then we might go higher. But for our oscillator, we are aiming to retrace at least a bit on it. So that's a great deal to be in. Injective, still aiming for my stupid fib on that one. So I'm gonna wait. I'm not sure I'm gonna get either way get it. If so, then it will carry on without me. I'm fine with it. Our lovely purr. I'm gonna look at that one on a different chart. Trio, see some movements on that one. Not big, not major, but kind of structure-wise we start to regain. So keep in mind, I seriously first want to regain the Q4, then do a bigger move to the downside, grab everything, and then do the major movements on that one. We still didn't hear about it, anything from our insider. But so far, it looks good. It starts to regain, so positive after what we've been doing from the whole the way up, down to it. So now it starts to regain the structure. Quite good. I like that. All right. Time for Bitty. I will have a look on TRB. Yes. Our lovely Bitty. Kind of similar to hype, but the volume is a little bit lower on that one, just because of this horrendous movements over here that I really don't fucking like. I don't want to use the word manipulation, but it kind of feel like. Anyhow, start to fail the daily over here. I'm aiming to go either way to retest lows. If you're not gonna hold that, I'm kind of assuming we're not. I'm aiming for the previous weekly or June to retest. Then still, I would like to fill this fucking fair value gap what we created, and we never been like coming lower to that one. Or February holding that as well. Like still, there is a play to even do the stupid fib, right? To go lower. I'm not sure if you're gonna reach that one. Could be. I would like to see that, but still there is some potential to go and grab that. Why? Just because we regained this position over here. We didn't do that on the major move on the 4 hour. We did it on lower time from 1 hour. We regained that structure. So If you're gonna hold that, then fine. If you're gonna continue over here as well, even better. But that's the whole idea what I'm kind of looking on the 4-hour-ish area. Now, looking at the daily, still we have some room to go higher on that one. I'm seriously aiming 10.5-ish for the first resistance, to go grab that and retrace to June, and then try to find your way around 111. Just because we have like 2 major resistance above us, that's gonna struggle. And either way, I'm kind of aiming to do this, right? If this gonna follow, then we're gonna do exact the same thing what we just did like in a week. Like this area, if you see creating this, then the liquidation grab to the upside will happen. And that's what's gonna create your all-time high, grab the 120-ish area, fail, and goodbye it is. That's kind of what we are starting to form, right? If you look at it on the higher time frame, especially on the daily. So watch out for it. If you're gonna stay in the range for a while, 2 more months, and then grab the freaking liquidity on the daily. Weekly is gonna be quite interesting how we're gonna close it. So far, we didn't regain it, and we didn't even come close to it. So we are bearish backtested. So the next week is gonna be the downside week maybe, and then another one is gonna be upside. And if you're gonna start doing this shit, then yeah, you're gonna see it as well, forming it and then pop it, right? That's what I'm kind of aiming for. Monthly, not much change, but it's gonna be quite interesting monthly to close right now. If that's gonna be 3 months bullish on the road, and we might see the next one a little bit lower, maybe. Either way, let's see. It's a lot of pressure, but start building up. And yeah, that's kind of the area what I'm aiming for. So yeah, doing another low, coming up to the retest of 109 or 10-ish area. See if we can regain that and keep doing that till we're gonna pop it. That's kind of what I'm really aiming for. And right now we are forming inside the bigger order block. Right now we have as well overlapping 2 of them quite heavy below us around December. So there is even an idea to wick into it and then go and do the upside move. And literally, if that's gonna happen, then seriously, I'm aiming that we're gonna do exact the same thing and what we did over here. This week, what we create here, that's gonna be the wick into the December and yearly open, or maybe even lower to retest this area, right? Same what we did over here with this wick, right? To this whole area, similar to here, and you have the pop into all-time high. Do this maybe a couple months and then break down, and we will go lower. That's what I'm kind of aiming for. And literally, it's not that weird to think about it, right? You look at the structure-wise, how we form right now and how we did it previously. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of aiming. Liquidity band, yeah, we are grinding like around this. So that's the whole idea, to go a little bit lower. Yeah, exactly what I was just saying. SB. Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, maybe not the moves what we are doing right now are similar to the previous structure, but the structure we are forming is quite yeah, also similar price action. Still, we are forming liquidity to the downside, so we grab like the 20 axis already, and yeah, if we can do another leg down and do that same move, and then another one, so we are literally gonna range the shit out of it and grind, and then we're gonna pop it. Yeah, so one liquidity grab to the downside, so December, right? It's not gonna be that weird if you're gonna do this and then pop it, right? Both ways. And that's going to be the last hooray move, I guess, for the Bitcoin so far. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. And literally 88, retest those wicks, fill the fair value gap. If you're going to come lower than that on the daily, then yeah, that might be the deal of it, right? Seriously, the same was kind of what Stu is aiming for. Come back to those areas. We don't need to go like us that low. Like we seriously can do even the top test of it, and then go higher. And then this is kind of seriously, this is the last area what we're gonna grab. I'm not sure if we're gonna come that high to that one. Definitely 115 area, and above that, everything is gonna be just extra surprise. Alright, this is my box that we're gonna seriously do some major look into it, failure, and then we start bigger failures on the bigger time frames. So yeah, this is what I'm kind of looking at. This is gonna be the last leg up. That's my feeling. Sorry, it's not that I'm saying that's gonna happen. It's just my feeling. What we are creating right now. So yeah, that's kind of ish on the Bitcoin. Now, let's have a look on again on HYPE, because I forgot to mention some things on it. We came into the band with the leg down, and right now, what I'm aiming for is it's gonna be easier over here. What I'm aiming for is to hold 106, regain 12, and then same as Bitcoin. And this area, it's gonna be kind of is the last leg up for HYPE as well, because HYPE, you can say whatever you want. It is an alt, but still it moves same as Bitcoin, because over here we are doing exact the same shit as Bitcoin did, right? Same over here. This area on the lower time frame over here, we what Bitcoin was doing here, HYPE was waiting for Bitcoin to do the move, right? And Richie right now, we did exact the same, and we're gonna continue go together. Holding weekly for HYPE, it's gonna create a one more leg up, or to regain that structure and continue to go higher. If not, June as well can hold us. Either way, we've been kind of testing it, but if we're gonna come close to 108, or either way 34-ish 8 price action, I'm aiming to go higher. So I have my bids placed as well again on it, and I'm kind of aiming to do something like this, right? One more, that's gonna be the last array, and then we're gonna see some major breakdown from it, and we're gonna turn around on that one and go lower. That's kind of what I'm aiming for HYPE. I'm not sure anything above 52-ish area, and yeah, it's gonna be extra. I'm not sure if you're gonna reach that even 60 area on HYPE this cycle, but yeah, it might be good. I don't know, let's see. For that one, exact the same. We got all of the liquidity, 150 axis, and right now we're aiming to go lower, grab the rest of it, like to the lowest, even going to June, do the major one move, like the big max pain on that one, and go higher. I'm fine with it, so that's gonna be great. And that one as well, the beds are quite squeezing into it, and eventually we don't have overlapping. No, we don't. We have the bigger one. We're still holding that one, so there is not overlapping one on HYPE eventually. So that's HYPE. Then per, of course, as well, like kind of each played out. I still have some small position open on per. I seriously want to go a little bit lower to wait if I can load up on that one, but I don't sure we're gonna get that. Maybe if HYPE's gonna go lower. Either way, now I would like to see to regain 0.22, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get that if HYPE start to turn around. One trade was misplaced a little bit, so that one was failed after 4-ish bigger ones. And now I'm kind of aiming to do the one more leg up as well on per. That means if we're gonna go lower on HYPE as well, and per, we're gonna meet each other somewhere over here, then this is gonna be the last leg for per, and then turn around, and that's gonna be the maybe next cycle or whatever. So yeah, that's on per. Now Solana as well, let's have a go and look on the coins. Moby did same. I'm still in a position on that one, so that's continued. The one what I've been mentioning as well for quite a long time, Q2 hold. I barely went into it, so I'm happy about that as well. Gonna let it run and see if we're gonna start to regain bigger stuff. Right now I would like to see the flip of June on Solana to do some bigger things. But I've mentioned it in the altcoin section as well. For the people who didn't catch it, I'm sorry. Then it's on you. I did my job. I did my things. I show you the trades, and I was calling them out. So far, that one's going good. Cookie as well. I have a little bit into it. I didn't go that heavy on that one, but still, I catch a little bit on that one. Now, I would like to see the flip of previous weekly. I'm not sure if we're going to get that. First thing first, we are rejecting the May. So if that's going to be the rejection, then we're going to meet each other as well back on the weekly open. Firecoin, that's when it's going to be interesting for people as well. Firecoin broke the structure on the high time frame, on the daily, twice already. So if you're going to continue doing that, then I'm aiming for it right now to go around this 1.38 or either way 1.52. That's going to be one of the failures to retest the lower structure to go and continue the 2.4. If so not, then that's done on Firecoin. The hype is over. So far, yeah, lower time frame, we start to regain structure, and I want to see the flip of May to go higher. Oscillator doesn't look like. If that's fine, then we can come back to a yearly and regain that and have a continuation, right? Do something like this. So let's see how that's gonna play out. Render as well, nice in the pocket and perfect retest of that one. So that was really good call as well on that one. I'm still just a little bit into it. I would like to reload a little bit more if we start to regain bigger stuff. But that means I would like to see the flip of Q2 and then aiming for March. I would like to see flip of Q2, bearish retest of March, come back and retest of the lower structure to create a bigger move on that one. That's my aim on it. And grass starts slowly to regain. Right now, there's not much to say about it till we gonna flip 10.3. So far, it just continue going to the downside. I'm not sure what happened over here because this price section was quite good. But right now, we seriously failed that. And we literally... Oh, no, we didn't even come close to that one. But yeah, there is not much to say if we're going to start to regain 103. Then we can start to talk about the regain the previous structure. Kaito didn't reach my level Q2, what I was mentioning. Didn't fill up the whole wick to the down, or the whole bodies. Still, nice regain on it. Quite heavy as well. So it's doing good. It's going to go away. It's doing quite good. I'm quite surprised about it. Happy. I didn't cut it all of it, but just a small bit. Right now, the only thing what you really want to see is flip this 108 structure, create a higher high on that one, and definitely it's going to be another bearish retest of June and March. If you see the flip of that one, then that's bang on. But right now, the only thing what I would like to see is something like this. That's what I would like to see on that one. Build up some more structure and yeah, some liquidity to it. Go higher. Sui played quite good. Literally on top of the pocket. A little bit front run it, but it's perfectly regained. And we start to regain the higher structure as well. So that's great. Right now, if you start to come back, I would like to see another retest of weekly. Hold that and go higher for a regain of June. That's the next major step on it. If that doesn't gonna happen, then we're gonna continue to go sideways for a while. ETH, that's gonna be quite interesting to look at it. I would like to see it over here. Yeah, here I have my structure. Write it down. Like I've been mentioning, we had the Bart Simpson. We start to regain it. I'm not sure we're gonna fully regain the whole structure on that one. So far on the daily, we still can go higher, but we need to flip the Q4 definitely on it to go higher. We didn't do the top side movement on it. We bought halfway through it. We're holding 2.08. And so far, if we don't regain this area, right, if you start to do fucking bearish retest on that one, it's going to be another failure, and we're going to do some sideways structure on over here. The point of ETH right now is to hold 2.8 or 2.08, sorry, this yellow line eventually. If that's gonna break, then yeah, we're gonna find some little support over here, but that's your last resort, what you want to go there. So far, sideways move, grind some structure, and then break up to the upside. I'm not saying that this whole move need to play out, but it's something similar to this you would like to see to build up for major, bigger move to the upside. If you start to fail that, because it's stupid that it failed actually. After this horrendous move to the upside, regain the structure, and you failed completely. So it's weakness on top of the weakness, and once you find a strong movement to the upside, it's failing it. Like, it's so freaking stupid behavior of Eve lately. I seriously can wrap my head around it. How is it even possible that they can drop it like that? But either way, it is what it is, and yeah, if I want to see any strength into it, I would like to regain this box over here, the Q4 definitely to go higher. Otherwise, it's gonna be the sideways move. Not much to say about that. So there is not much to go through the list. Not much interesting stuff happening. There is one request. That was TRB. Don't know why I was looking at that one. Last time it's been on that maxi wick to the downside. Okay, there is some weakness into it, but anyhow, I don't like this wick. Same. If that happened, that's gonna create exact same structure what you have over here, then you might go even lower on that one. But you don't want to break anything below 22 bucks. I didn't even think that TRB gonna go that low on that. But anyhow, it was a good regain. Not completely, because we didn't close above the previous structure what brought you to the lower areas. So far, you literally need to hold May, like we are doing right now, and start to regrind this whole structure back. Right now, close above the Q4, and then start to regrind December and anything. So definitely what you're gonna see over here, if there are not gonna be a major spikes of movements like what TRB likes to do constantly, you're gonna see something like this, right? This is what technically you want to see, and do the major move to the upside, then one more leg down, and then go, right? So this is kind of what you are aiming for right now to do. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of scammy moves on it, and this is kind of like TRB is built on the freaking scammy moves, right? To the downside, to the upside, either way, they will do it. They did it over here as well. It's incredible that they can grab all of that liquidity without even fucking closing above the structure. Major structure that brought you to the downside. Like, wow. I would not be surprised if they're gonna wick it to the to Q2. Start to regrind. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of good that they start to build order books on below it to hold the price action, but let's see how that's gonna play out. This is stupid, but it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, technically what you're having on TRB right now, what you're doing, and we should forget about this. This area you should forget. We're never gonna be that high or reach this area anymore. But technically what you're doing right now in TRB is this, right? So you might even see this grind and do this last array, right? And then again. Like, didn't we do that again? Yes, we did before. So I guess this is gonna be the life of TRB from now on. So that's why I'm seeing it. Nothing major. If you can catch that move, then happy you. If not, then you just trade it as it is on structure wise. But that's how it is. That's how it builds, and this is what it is, I guess. Yeah, either on weekly, like, and grab the whole liquidity on it as well. Like, every single time when we did this right move, look what happened to it. So I would not be surprised if this happened as well over here. Jesus. Why it's need to be that shit? But It is what it is. What's that? Bull market, bull market, bull market. SB, I'm gonna show you something in a second. Give me a can you check side, please? Pretty strong at the moment. Huh. I had some here. Yeah, it's didn't play out what I was looking at, but still can. So there it is. Still waiting for it, I guess. Yeah, nice up movement. We what was it? Q3. Yeah, we failed that February. Yeah, I was mentioning it, right? Like, if we're gonna come close to February after the failure over here, what you're gonna have, like this movement to the upside, to the downside, that rejection of it. Yes, I was mentioning that that's gonna happen. Why? Because we never fucking retest February again. So yeah, there we have it, holding March right now. And if you start failing August, September, March, yeah, start to grind, go down to the downside, like this movement, like, okay, this drawing is a little bit shady, but start to do something like this, right? And then pop it again. Yeah, I'm seeing it. This was quite nice move. And I was mentioning February. I remember that I was mentioning about that because that's one of the few ones who didn't reach to it yet. So yeah. And SB, to come back to your chart. There it is. This is what you are showing to us. I having this quite. Oh, it's not fitting, but yeah, it's quite similar, right? I mean, this one is going a little bit higher, 133. I'm not sure if you're gonna reach that, but I'm just mark this just because of the previous moves what we did. So let's see. But yeah, this is the historical chart of the of Bitty. Yeah, 3.321 cycle in time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's see. Let's see how the next year is gonna pull up. But yeah, technically 33. I drove this like back in the days. I didn't even realize it. Wait, didn't even realize that this came that accurate. Nice. And then alt season, please, Santa Claus. Oh. Okay, about the alt season, I'm not sure, but maybe we didn't realize that we had that one kind of ish. It's not the biggest one. It's not the one what we always used to have it, but when you turn 25, yeah. So that's in like 10 years, right? Eagle. You should know, as your son birthday is. Nah, 3. Oh, joking. Regular. So yeah, let's see how this the end of it's gonna do. Yeah, something around 10 years. Yeah. Gonna be interesting. That's for sure. Yeah. Let's keep it on halving. Cool, cool, cool. What do we have over here? We find not much. How is this doing? You guys have any suggestions to watch? Oh my god, this. Jesus. This really so shitty? I mean, I'm not surprised, but didn't realize it's like that. Someone was mentioning this lately in the chat. Like, I don't fucking know what's going on with it and why they think this is gonna go to $10. So far, I'm not seeing it. You guys? Why the Lambo, the Moon Boys, and where are the wall behind XRP guys? It's quite quiet, right? I didn't hear them for a while. Just doing. Jesus. Yeah, XRP army, yeah, please. I guess they are they're doing party together with the Trump army, right? They quite found each other on the same level as stupidity. Fed. Can we look at Tia? Oh my god. Now, that's what I'm like to see as a stepwise to the downside. This is like gates to hell. The fight in Ukraine. Oh shit. So it's cool, man. Cool, SB. You shouldn't say that, but alright. Oh, I didn't realize that this quite played off. Nice. I like that hold. I like that buyback. I like that hold. Now it need to regain Q2 really quickly. Go to March. If that plays out, that will be really good for AVAX. I might even think about it to switch the bot on it back. Let's see. So yeah, interesting stuff's gonna happen. And especially as well, we have some numbers coming in. Yeah, job openings as well, manufacturing, PMI. Yeah, that's quite interesting actually. Unemployment rates. Oh boy, shit is going down. And farm payrolls. Yeah, those is going to be interesting as well next week. So watch out for some volatility days coming up as well from the next week. Especially on the, I'm really going to keep an eye on the 24 hours volume. That's quite interesting. And just looking at the, of course, our dominance. Wait, why doesn't... Oh my god, I fucked it up, right? Yeah, I did. I fucked it up. Okay, now it's back. Sorry, first time today. Here, I need to go. Looking at the dominance, that starts to look a little bit interesting. But I'm not sure if you're gonna go lower. It doesn't look like. We're still aiming to go higher on that one. So for people who, where is it? Where is that image? Here. For people who like to see how the dominance works, any kind of increase of dominance, you want it to have it only off with Bitcoin together. That's good, but then alt's gonna get a beating again. And you would like to see any decrease and increase of Bitcoin. So that means we need to do this move, what we have over here, right? And Bitcoin need to go higher, and the alt's gonna, then maybe you're gonna see your fucking pre-market season, alt season, whatever I want to call it. But so far, it doesn't look like. We still didn't break anything. And either way, we are doing a higher high still. So that means we're doing the same shit continuously from April 2023. Funny enough, even this didn't break anything, what we did, this whole move. So we still don't see any cracks on that one. That's why. Keep an eye on it. So far, we still doing the same thing over and over and over and over. That's good. I like it. But gonna be some interesting stuff happening. Definitely today on the daily open and close, that means we're gonna have a weekly close as highest from the last week, right? Last week, yeah, that was the weekly open. We got a major push straight ahead from it on Sunday. So let's see how this weekly is gonna open up. It's gonna be quite funny if this weekly is gonna open up over here, and that one's gonna be bearish, bring us to retest the previous weekly, right? So what you're gonna have is technically that line, bearish close, and we're gonna open up a new weekly over here somewhere, and that's what's gonna bring us somewhere over here again. And that's how we fucking gonna play week by week by week till we're gonna break out from it. That's gonna be hilarious to see. But so far, daily wise, we still have some room to run to go higher. Weekly struggling, technically. Right, you really want to see closing above 1091, but I'm not seeing happening that in definitely not in 3 hours. Monthly, it's gonna be quite interesting because that's on Thursday. Monthly open, so that's gonna be positive. Definitely close if you're not gonna start to retrace all of it. So then, but that could be happening as well if we're gonna retrace on Monday and Tuesday before we're gonna open a new monthly. That's gonna be sucks to see. Well, let's see. They send them out to this Salvador. Yeah, I mean, you never know how those numbers turn around, right? But yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna be bad numbers, or they manipulate them and they're gonna say they are good, but they're not. You don't. I mean, I'm not really trusting what they are pulling out from numbers. I just trust the reaction from it. On the daily play and factor on BTC dominance. To be honest with you, it could play, but I'm on. Well, I didn't came up really on my words. So technically, like, you could say that the Wave Masters works on the dominance quite good as well. I'm not really like keen on the dominance and on the index charts, but yeah, it plays out. So I mean, definitely there is some movements coming up from it, right? If you look at it right now like that, that's on 4 hours. Sorry, on the daily you said. So oh, could be, right? But still, then technically we need to break this first, right? That's gonna be a small break. But to have a major break on dominance, right, you need to do this. This is what you need to do. Close below this price action and then retest, and that's your major break on the structure, right? Same what we did over here. Fine that we broke the smaller time frame on that one technically, but the major break of it is here. This is your major break. We didn't do that, and that's what we are kind of waiting for it to do. This move of it on the daily stable coin. Which one? To be honest, I'm not really paying attention that much on them. On the divergence, on the daily, yes, definitely. But on the stable coins, like, no. I'm not even really looking at that one that much. Like, it's same, to be honest with you, it's same like over here. Sorry. Here, same thing. UCT, right? Take for example this, like this move over here, what we did, like it, all of the money what it came into it, like over the 102%, right? We literally right now broke a little bit to the downside, but still it doesn't need to say that all that money came into the market or vice versa, right? It doesn't say where it goes. I can assume, or we can assume, that it went into the market, or people start to fucking paying it or buying shit. Yes. If that's that's the case, then all of this should do this, right? Should cross each other. When is the last time we did that? December. December, we did the biggest move on the stablecoins capital flow index. The biggest one, literally to the bottom, right? Did the coins move that aggressively? I mean, yeah, some of them. Where was it? December. Yeah, December. We've been here with Bitcoin. 21%. And that's only on Bitcoin. So yeah, you can say so. Oh. But yes, I pay attention to divergence. Definitely a lot. So yeah, same over here. We are diverging on the weekly even, right? This is even bigger divergence what we are already having on a daily, right? I definitely pay attention on them. But still, how higher you go in a time frame, how longer it plays out, right? So it doesn't mean that we're gonna fucking turn around right now just because we are literally divergent. No, it can play quite heavily, right? What do we do over here as well? Same here, right? We've been diverging as well, technically. So same here. Price went lower, price went higher, while the oscillator was going lower, and outflow as well. So yeah, and look how many times, how longer it plays out for it to recover it. Yeah, so it takes time how higher you go. I like the daily bit more, equal and quicker to replay. But yeah, I do. My stablecoins, I'm not really looking at them that much. It's doesn't help you. Doesn't say exactly how they do and how they perform, what they do, and where the money is going inside into. Or you need to follow it constantly. But then, I mean, it's up to you if you want to put the work into it. Could be good, but if you like day trader and you swing trader, sorry, if you are a swing trader, I'm not sure you're gonna do that. That's what I am, technically, right? From my perspective. And that's the whole idea about it right now as well. So far, we seriously didn't do a bigger move. Like, we've been struggling. Like, from this, same on Bitcoin as on hype. I'm gonna take hype as perspective because it's quite cleaner, right? From this move, what we did from here to here, it took us 16th, freaking, let's say almost 6 days, right? A week. And we are fucking struggling over here, like doing this, recovering. Like failing, it's much easier and quicker than freaking doing good shit and putting some good price action into the market, apparently. It was even this, I was like fucking already bored of it. But looking at Bitcoin doing this, like, for fuck's sake, I was seriously like losing my mind almost. Like, this was such a scammy price action. And look at the volume of those 4 hours. The price action been dead as fuck for a week. Like, literally, like, no one did something on Bitcoin, it looks like, after those 2 big moves. Oh, I fucking hate that shit. Seriously, that happen. It doesn't happen that often. I'm gladly. It's been a while that happened. Where was the last time? Somewhere over here, I guess. But oh my fucking god, I lost my mind almost. Like, just waiting for that shit was horrendous. But yeah, shorts are in, longs are in, and let's see how we're gonna play this out. I would like to see something like this, right? One of this or one of this need to play out. Same on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a little bit easier because for Bitcoin, I would like to hold June. Like we read that retest over here. That's the only good thing what it did. Right, that's the only good thing. So retest of that, hold that, and continue. If not, still February. I like to close this fucking fair value gap because I really don't like that they're gonna hold the fair value gaps for a longer time. They don't need to be close. Same as CME gap. Speaking about that, how does that look like? I don't think there's gonna be a lot of change just because of that fucking horrendous price action. No, I mean, we're not even gonna have the CME gap, so I'm not even bothered about that. But yeah, it's a liquidity grab because we've been grinding it for a week. So that was obvious that that's going to happen. I was mentioned this as well on Stu's stream that that's going to happen. That's why I never like short these small moves. I'm waiting for the bigger ones. And those are that ones technically right now. So patient, right? And yes, patient been freaking testing this my whole week. And this is quite manipulated. I can say that. But yeah, this is what it is. Market makers doing what they want and not what we want. And it's still fine. I mean, we seriously, either way, we didn't freaking regain this stuff. So what do we need to say? What do we need to look for? Then it's only the downside. If we don't regain the highs, then there's nothing much to say, then we're gonna regain it. Or retest the lower price action. So the next step is holding this area, failing that, what's gonna happen? There's not much that's gonna hold us over here because of these fucking manipulations. So where is your next stop? Here. So June it is, right? Easy as that. Same as hype, a little bit bigger, extended, but this is what I'm looking for Bitcoin. I really don't want to go even to weekly. I'm really scared about that weekly because it's been tested quite heavily. And either way, the last this was quite funny because this is not retested either. So I don't want to go that lower on it. It could. The risk was no worth. Yeah, it wasn't at all. This wasn't. I mean, okay. To be honest with you, it is worth it if you like to scalp the shit out of it. This was perfect. This was really perfect to scalp it. Like seriously, to do this whole day long, like, bro, you can make shitloads of money to do this, right? If you start to see that the price holds, it's perfect. Especially this range over here. I mean, go for it. Like the numbers, it's like 1% here, 1% here, or whatever you're gonna catch, right? You're not gonna catch top and bottoms, but over here, even 1.3, fine. If you scalp the shit out of it, that's fine. But fucking hell, I'm way too lazy to do that shit. To stay home all day long and to look at the price action as that. No, thank you. But yeah, for scalpers, this is the most perfect week what it was, I guess. Because I hope they make shitloads of money from these moves. Scalp the shit out of it. Either way, no, even much more perfect, like on 1 minute to do this. Yes, I agree with you. But for the swing traders, this is boring as fuck. And technically, it's boring, but at the same time, you can predict it much easier and ladder into it. So, yeah, it is what it is. And like I mentioned as well, like patient is the key for it, but sometimes it's pain in the ass. I need to learn to to manage that and to look through it. And that's why I'm a swing trader as well. That's one reason, because the technically what I'm interested is this area kind of is over here and this area on the top, and everything in between I don't give a shit. I look at it, I need to look at it, but I don't give a shit. Like same here, right? This kind of is the same thing what we're doing here and we did here, right? Kind of similar. But mostly what comes close to it is this price action over here. And I'm really, if that's gonna happen, then we might do this. So yeah, wait. doing that, move low, another one, and then doing something like this, stepwise, right? Doing something like this. Yeah. Kind of seeing it. So yeah, gonna be interesting. And still, there is not much to say that we're doing this, right? For people who likes to trade the channels, and we don't need to go as that low. But if we're gonna do this, gonna hold anything on the channel, something like over here, right? This area, buy again, and then we're gonna have this explosion. Grab this freaking liquidity to the upside. And not even the liquidity, but still the bits, right? Those bits are still here. So it's even the liquidity over here, 115 area, right? Bang. Done. That's what I'm aiming for. Or that 1 wick. It's gonna be either way. Like it's always 2 ways how it's gonna play out, right? It's doing either way this, or either way it's gonna do this, wick into it, close. And if that's happened, bro, then the sky is gonna be definitely in, right? If you're gonna have a major wick, close into the structure back, pull back on that one, off you go. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I hope it's not gonna be like this price action much more often, because I'm gonna fucking hang myself, I guess, through the week looking at that. I would like to have some bit more volatility. Oh, I remember when it was that last time I felt that the price action was horrendous, like that shitty. It was this. Okay, this was a little bit bigger, extended, but this price action over here was, oh my god, quite painful to watch. But yeah, you cannot have it every single day, I guess. But that's kind of what I'm aiming for, right? It's fine. We regain the lows, and now we need to hold it. And try to find a way how to regain the resistance above us, because we still are, don't forget guys, we still are into the resistance over here. We still have one over here, and we still have one over here. So that's not going to be that easy to regain that. That's why we need to have one, like I said, one of the bigger moves. Like either way, we're going to continue doing this, right? And then that freaking explosion move to the upside, or either way, you're going to do this, failure, come back, wick into it, hold this area, close anything above here, and then continue, right? So we're going to have a V bottom, just because we had that over here. Exact the same thing over here. But of course, this was quite extended and quite for a longer time. We've been there for months and months. And that wick over here, that was the move, what we regain everything back. So, yep. That's kind of the stuff what I'm looking at. So yeah, how are you guys feeling about? Especially about this. I would like to hear you guys, how you feel about this price action over here. What was your thought through this week? Or I'm not seeing something. I think I drink today like 6 liters of water. I'm gonna explode. That's fast, yeah. We're not always getting that, but yeah, definitely it's gonna be interesting to watch the weekly open, monthly as well after that. So it's gonna be quite volatile. So I guess from tomorrow we will see some bigger movement. So much more volatility coming into it. So that's gonna be I guess much more fun to watch to play and to trade from it. So that's gonna be happy days, I guess. A lot is gonna go going on. Hype is holding nicely, and I like that, but still, I would like to see weekly or even coming back to June. I don't mind that it's gonna break the low time frame, coming lower, set it up, but we don't need to. Why? We've been retesting that quite heavily, so this could be as well the move. If not, then weekly, and it can go off. Yeah. So far, we still have some things to do and to hold. Yeah, see, that would be nice to come back to weekly previously June around this to grab that liquidity and have a continuation. How does the daily look like? Oh, yeah, that's why I was looking at daily in February. All of the 150 X's between that. Grab that to fill that and hold. That would be really perfect daily hold. Coming here, hold the structure, regain, right? This would be really perfect. If you're gonna play this out, then what's gonna happen on the daily? Hang on. I seriously would like that and to see that. That would be the perfect move for Bitcoin. Yep, I like that. Cool. Cool. And guys, don't forget as well to go to MDX dashboard today and fill up some weekly picks after tonight, actually, because tonight's gonna be close. So far, Carl is number 1 with his bananas. Yeah, nice, interesting stuff. Monthly, it's gonna be negative close. If that's not gonna change in today or tomorrow, on the Monday. So yeah, don't forget about that. Don't choose or don't be cocky and choose some honeypots or whatever. We will find that out. And it's I mean, it's not nice to your member, colleagues, or friends or community people. So yeah, it's nice to be part, to grab some free money, but of course, on most clean and legal way, like let's say like that. Find honeypots. I am good in finding ones. Yeah. Yeah, you are. You are. If you guys don't know if the picker what you want to see or to look for is a honeypot, you can check that. There is a honeypot checker website. If you really type that in Google, honeypot checker crypto, then you will find it. Or ask us or community. That's a good coin to pick. Yeah. So far. 1071 is working as a magnet. We are coming towards what? Let's see if we're gonna hold that. If not, if you're not gonna hold that, that means we might break this structure and allow it to go lower. To go lower. It's not mice that's gonna hold us. But yeah, the wall is still thick. Watch out. If they start to pull anything from it, literally pull and not to put back into it, or they're gonna put it lower on the price action, then we might change some big things are coming up. Yeah, so far. Still good to watch out for it. Anyhow, I think that's gonna be all from me. Quick 1 hour session on Sunday. Be aware for new weekly. Keep an eye on gold as well. Oh, where is it? Keep an eye on gold as well. right? That's gonna be quite interesting if we start to flip. Right now, we are literally holding previously low, and we still there is some potential to go lower, but I would not like to do that. I mean, technically, I'm a little bit on two sides. I would like to see gold going higher as well, but then Bitcoin's gonna go lower, right? Either way, gold is gonna go lower. I'm fine with it as well because I'm quite heavy on the bottom that one. But then Bitcoin's gonna go higher. That's good. So I'm always like a little bit on like both sides on that one. But yeah, it's good to keep an eye on it, definitely. And we might see either way the hodl bot closing if you're gonna go lower around the 106.7 ish area. Start to close below that, then yeah. If not, we start to continue. And remember, the next sell signal, if we're gonna be quite low on the oscillator or on the RSI, that might be a really good proper sol as well to go lower. Dumpy. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff below us, a lot of volume, liquidity, leverage. So a lot of things to do. Break to grab. Interesting. It's gonna be quite interesting week. I can say that. Anyhow, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I will see you Wednesday. Yeah. On new month, actually. Yeah. Wednesday is gonna be the first. Oh, the second one, sorry. The second one. So see you Wednesday. Later. Peace.